science thinking. Okay, so here we're going to work with Spotify data again, analyzing this time not Drake but Kendrick Lamar, and I'm going to teach you more verbs. And I did not emphasize this during the video before, but these are verbs: select, mutate, filter, and this time I'm actually going to introduce you all to this concept called group by. And I kind of hinted at this, but let's go ahead and try it out. So group by and summarize. So here we're going to do the authorization and so on and so forth. I already did it, so I'm going to run this. Okay, so I fixed that issue. I just copied and pasted it. But I'm going to go here to Kendrick Lamar's data frame. I'm not going to go to song titles because he has some words, he has some songs that I believe he cusses. So I'm going to go here. And then these are the songs, so on and so forth. I want to do one thing. I want to show you all one thing. So we're going to analyze album names. So albums. And so take a moment and I'm going to show you all something. These are the album names, but one would argue that there's an issue with something here. So take a moment. I just scrolled past the big issue. And I would argue, do you all see the issue? The issue is this, like Good Kid Mad City has 2 labels. So that's a problem. That's a problem. And then here, what else? I would say that this is his album, but I mean, is it really? Let's not consider Black Panther. So ideally, it's Mr. Morale, Damn, and then Damn Collection Edition. We don't want that. We just want regular Damn. Unentitled is a legitimate album. To Pimp a Butterfly, Good Kid, Mad City Regular, Section 80, and Overly Dedicated. Okay, so those are the albums that we want. So I'm gonna put together all the things that we've talked about to an extent, and then teach you all about group by and summarize. I was about to just do it, but I'm going to teach you all through the entire process. One of the biggest things that we're going to do is we're going to look at the Kendrick Lamar, okay, DF, and I believe we talked about this, but I'm going to mention it again. The $ allows us to extract certain variables from the data frame. It kind of works like select, but it's an operator form. So what I'm going to do is go to album name, okay? And it's going to give me all the album names, but I don't want that. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to highlight this, and we'll go to unique. I'm going to utilize this function called unique. It doesn't want to work. Why not? Okay, good. It worked. And so these are the album names that we're after. I'll close this. Okay, these are the album names that we're after. Okay, at least not after, but these are all the album names. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to filter. Okay. And I'm going to say album name. And now this is going to be a little advanced, but I'm going to go slow. I'm going to use an operator called N. So it's percent in percent. What that means is that I'm going to not look for just one, because if it was just one, I'll just do single equal. If I'm looking for just one album, but I'm looking for multiple albums. So I would say percent and in percent. That's operated with an R. And I'm going to give it multiple album names. So Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. Okay. And they need to be in quotes. Damn. I'm going to type that because it's not that too many letters. What else do I want? Unentitled, mastered, unmastered. Interesting album name. I'll pause it while I'll continue. Okay, so I got the albums. And so notice, and before I even run this group by, well, let me just run this and show you what we get. Forgot parentheses, I believe. Okay, sorry about that. And so what we get is the albums. I'm not going to go to album names, but they're grouped. They're not grouped yet, but they're all the albums that we're after, right? Those are the albums that we're after, those 6. Okay. So with that being said, now we should be able to, I'm forgetting parentheses right here. We should be able to gain access to the grouping. So when I group these albums, I'm then able to ask it, find the mean of energy for this album, so on and so forth. To find the standard deviation of the valence for this album. Okay, and you can, as you can see, it's kind of important. Okay, so when I go back to group, now that I grouped it, you don't really see a difference in the fact that it's grouped, but it's R knows that these data frames are grouped together, or at least these albums are grouped together. Okay. Then from there, what I can do is summarize the data frame, finding the mean and standard deviation of the energy. Find the mean and standard deviation of the valence. Find the mean and standard deviation of speechiness. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay. And so when I do that here, I now have the means of energy. So this most energetic album, according to Spotify, is Section 80. I don't know if you're all Kendrick Lamar fans. I don't know if I agree with that. I want to see the distribution. Within the highest variability in terms of energy is Untitled. No, sorry. Not Untitled. Mr. Morale. Interesting. Why don't you try your own artist outside of Kendrick? You can try out Kendrick as well. Valence is positive energy. The most positive, the higher it is, the more positive it is. Mr. Morale's kind of dark, but I can see where someone can kind of say that. The speechiness is the word amount, the wordiness. Untitled. I haven't listened to Untitled, so I can't say much about it. And then sample size, here's the number of tracks. And actually, I'm going to take a moment to mention how I got sample size. It's a weird, funky looking function. It's this little thing here. N, so that means sample size. N parentheses. Open and close. That'll give you the sample size. And so the reason why this is a part of data science thinking is because being able to group data together and summarize, getting the means, standard deviations, and so on and so forth is critical in terms of being able to understand and aggregate your data. So that's a short video, 4 videos for the week. That's fine. Thank you all for watching. Hopefully these videos are entertaining.